The Valley Green Vegan Podcast for Born Again Eaters is brought to you by Valley Green Naturals, a natural ingredient manufacturing company producing head-to-toe personal care products for clean living. Stay tuned to the end of this podcast for a special offer from Valley Green Naturals just for our listeners. Hey everyone, welcome to Valley Green Vegan. I'm Cindy and you're listening to the podcast for Born Again Eaters. It has been a crazy couple of months here at our little Valley Green farm with lots and lots of projects going on. We have the most beautiful gardens that Art has planted and they have been producing profusely. And I have been making scrumptious sauces and salsas. Say that fast 3 times, sauces and salsas. They are absolutely phenomenal. There is nothing like fresh tomato sauce on your pasta that is made with garden fresh heirloom tomatoes. Just saying. Oh, and I also have to mention that one of my absolute favorite Southern summertime treats are tomato sandwiches. Oh, they are to die for. And there is a long-standing argument among Southerners about which mayonnaise is the best to use for summertime tomato sandwiches, Duke's or Hellmann's, okay? Well, since I've been a vegan now for only 7 months, and this is my very first summer making sandwiches with vegan mayonnaise, you can imagine my concern, right? But I will tell you, I am a huge fan of Follow Your Heart Vegenaise. It is awesome stuff. I not only use it on sandwiches, but it makes fantastic dressings for leafy greens, dipping sauces, you name it. In fact, you can find my vegan ranch recipe on our blog. I'll also post the link in the episode description below. If you haven't tried it, you are definitely missing out. I mean, it's awesome. I use it for dipping like cauliflower bites. I use it definitely on my salads. It's a creamy dill ranch and it is phenomenal. So, getting on to my next topic. Art and I, my husband and I, have been married now for 41, almost 42 years, and we're both Virgos. Imagine that, 2 perfectionists. Aye. But every September, our birthdays roll around only 10 days apart. So this year marks our first birthday celebrations as vegans. So of course, because I am so enjoying this new culinary road that I'm on, I had to experiment with baking a vegan birthday cake. And let me just say, not only was it super simple, but the end result was mwah, chef's kiss delicious. So there are a couple of ways of doing this. The made from scratch version and the lazy version. And honestly, I think it depends a lot on your mood and energy level. At least it does for me. I mean, there are days that I cannot wait to be in the kitchen, slicing, dicing, cooking, baking, blah, blah, blah. But there are most definitely days when I am exhausted from other projects and I just want to prepare something really quick and easy. The best part of baking vegan cakes is that you can have it both ways. So I'm speaking from experience when I say that I did experiment with both the made from scratch version and the super lazy version of this cake. And I will admit that both versions were really, really good. The upside to baking from scratch, of course, is that you can avoid all those nasty chemical ingredients that they put into the commercial cake mixes. And if you don't believe me, check out their ingredient labels. Eek. I mean, they are downright scary. But as far as taste and consistency go, either one of those versions would win a prize for moistness, deliciousness, scrumptiousness. I mean, they both taste really good. So what I did for my made from scratch cake was I took a simple white cake recipe and I substituted vegan ingredients. Super easy. So for example, when a recipe calls for eggs, you have a couple of really great vegan options. You can use either unsweetened applesauce, like 1 ounce would equal 1 egg. And I did this way back even before I was a vegan. If I had applesauce and I was out of eggs, I could substitute applesauce really easily. Or you can do what I did for this cake and use 1 2.5 ounce carton of Silk non-dairy vanilla yogurt. So you just take it out of the fridge about an hour before you start your cake so that it's closer to room temperature, and it works great. It's super easy to spoon it right out of the container and into your mixture. I mean, super simple. So when a recipe calls for butter, I simply substitute vegan butter in the same measurements. I like to use Country Crock plant-based spreads. It's the one that you buy in the cubes. They're easier to measure when you buy the cube butter in the box. And then, of course, when a recipe calls for milk, I just substitute almond milk. I've tried all the other plant-based milks and they're all good, but honestly, what I have found to be the closest in consistency to real milk is the regular unsweetened Almond Breeze brand. That's the one that is my all-time favorite. Now, with this cake for Arthur's birthday, I have this really beautiful bundt cake mold. And so I decided to make a bundt cake. I don't usually do that for birthdays, but this year's a little different. So the icing recipe that I've listed with the cake recipe, is in measurements that are to make icing for a drizzle, to drizzle over a bundt cake. If you decide that you want to make a layer cake, you'll need to probably double the measurements in the chocolate icing recipe. But honestly, making the bundt cake was a great decision because it looked absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it was like a mountain with chocolate lava pouring down the sides. And when he saw it, he was just like, oh my gosh, look at that. It is so beautiful. And then the icing, the recipe for the icing, it is such a decadent treat. I use confectioner's sugar along with pure unsweetened cocoa powder, a little bit of softened vegan butter, some vanilla extract, and 5 or so tablespoons of almond milk. So if you're going to make a drizzle icing, for your bundt cake, you'll want to thin it out with the almond milk. If you decide that you want a thicker, spreadable frosting, hold off on the almond milk and add just 1 tablespoon at a time as you're mixing to get exactly the right consistency that you need. And that's it. The full recipe is on the Valley Green Vegan blog, and I really hope that you'll enjoy it. Oh yeah, and I served this scrumptious cake with my peanut butter chocolate pecan, what I call crunch cream. It's vegan ice cream. My version, it's a version of peanut butter and chocolate, like Baskin Robbins peanut butter and chocolate ice cream or Ben & Jerry's. I think it's just as good, and it was truly amazing with this cake. So the link for both the cake and the ice cream are listed below in the episode description. And in the meantime, I know a lot of people have birthdays in September, just like me and my hubby. So happy birthday to all those September babies out there. And that's going to be it for today, my fellow born again eaters. I'm Cindy, and you've been listening to Valley Green Vegan. And hey, if you guys enjoy our podcast, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps those algorithms push our episodes to the top of search lists so that more folks can find us. You can also subscribe to receive new recipes each time a new one is posted on our blog by visiting valleygreenvegan.com. And we will never ever sell or share your email with anyone. I really hate when companies do that. So your info is definitely safe with us. And just look for the subscribe button on the homepage and you'll never miss a new recipe. So again, thanks for listening, guys. Please stay cool, stay safe, and stay well. And we'll see you next time. Bon appetit! Hey guys, just a little postscript I wanted to mention. Many of us who are looking to live a clean and natural lifestyle are always on the lookout to avoid toxins in our daily lives. Even before I was diagnosed for cancer in 2017, I always tried to eat a healthy diet of organic foods and use clean ingredient products, cleaning materials, things like that. I was so into the natural and organic lifestyle that I actually started a company that produces clean ingredient body care products. That was 13 years ago, and my company, Valley Green Naturals, is still going really strong today. So what started as a soap making hobby in my farmhouse kitchen all those years ago has actually grown into a fairly good sized company, and we have over 30 products, and we make everything from soaps to facial care to deodorants that are all natural, body lotions and bug repellents even. Everything is made with plant-derived natural ingredients. So if you're looking to reduce the toxins in your personal care products, I just thought I would mention valleygreennaturals.com. And for anyone listening to this podcast, you can use promo code HEALTHY at checkout to receive a 15% discount off your first order. So that's valleygreennaturals.com, or you can simply click the link in the episode description below.